So, you've probably seen CarryMinati's MR.BEAST parody, right? It's hilarious, for sure, but it is so much more than just a funny takedown. It's this incredibly sharp critique of, well, the entire world of modern creators, the money, the fame, the whole shebang. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how he pulls it off.
All right, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to tackle it in 4 parts. First up, we'll look at how the video just nails the whole MR.BEAST formula. Then we dive into the Creator Olympics, which is basically a roast of the entire YouTube scene. After that, yep, we're going to follow the money. And to wrap it all up, we'll get into the super meta conclusion that brings everything home.
Okay, let's kick things off with part 1, the MR.BEAST formula. I mean, to really get the parody, you got to understand what it's making fun of, right? And that's MR.BEAST's style, which is, completely unique and crazy successful. The video literally opens with this line, $100 million. It's the perfect first punch, It immediately gets to the heart of the MR.BEAST brand. This absurd, ridiculously high number, it's a perfect imitation of that constant race for bigger, crazier, more expensive videos. The satire is already working its magic before a single challenge even gets going.
So, what is this MR.BEAST formula really? Well, think of it like a very specific, very powerful recipe. You've got these massive budgets, right? Then you add challenges that are super easy to understand, but just insane in scale. Throw in giant cash prizes. And then you top it all off with this hyper-fast editing that makes it impossible to look away. It's basically engineered from the ground up to go viral.
And this is what's so brilliant. CarryMinati's parody just nails every single part of it. You've got the totally pointless challenge for a ton of cash. You've got the constant begging for watch time. Watch till the end! And, oh my gosh, the sidekicks. The long-suffering crew who are basically just props to be messed with for the sake of the video. It's perfect!
And this line right here, this is the core irony, the central joke the video keeps hitting. The parody character, Mr. Least, just comes right out and says it. His whole business is a paradox. He makes money by wasting money. It's this crazy self-aware loop where you have to spend a fortune to make content about spending a fortune. All right, let's shift gears to part 2, because this is where things get even more interesting. This video isn't just about MR.BEAST. Not at all. It uses this Creator Olympics idea as a huge stage to go after the entire Indian YouTube scene. And trust me, it does not hold back.
So the video basically poses this amazing question. What happens when you shove all of India's biggest creator stereotypes into one room? The answer? It's just perfect, controlled chaos. Every single joke, every interaction, it's all a super sharp commentary on the trends, the drama, and the big personalities that make up that whole world.
Okay, so this table just scratches the surface of how deep the parody goes. You've got the gamers admitting they're just chasing views now, not playing what they actually love. You've got the roasters just throwing these childish insults back and forth. Then there are the group channels, literally fighting over who owns which subscribers. And then the podcasters, asking these pseudo-intellectual questions that are so deep, they just loop back around to being completely meaningless. It's brilliant stuff.
I mean, this line, my shoes are more expensive than their faces, it's just chef's kiss. In one sentence, it captures that whole toxic mix of ego, money, and deep-seated insecurity that the video is saying is simmering right under the surface of all these big creator collabs. You laugh, but then you're like, wait, that feels a little too real. And the satire doesn't just stay local, it looks outwards too. The whole Speed Bennywall character is a perfect shot at iShowSpeed and other international creators. You know the type, they figure out they can get easy views and a ton of subscribers just by name-dropping a trending Indian topic, like screaming Virat Kohli's name over and over. It's a hilarious takedown of that kind of low-effort clout chasing. Okay, now we get to the heart of it all. The engine driving this entire machine, money. And let me tell you, the parody is just relentless here. It shows again and again how everything, literally everything in the creator world revolves around monetization, flex culture, and sponsorships. So you see this number, 5 million, pop up on the screen, and it's supposedly for a jacket worn by the parody of technical Guruji. This is flex culture turned up to 11. It's that point where just showing off how rich you are is the content. And just when you think it can't get more ridiculous, you get this line. The satire just goes completely off the rails into peak absurdity. We're not just talking about expensive clothes anymore. Oh no, we're talking about, well, this. It's mocking how completely out of touch and unbelievable luxury content can get. You know those super awkward, forced sponsorship reads we see all the time?
Well, the video just breaks them down perfectly. The fake Winzo ad follows the playbook step by step. First, introduce the sponsor. Then, awkwardly shove it onto a character. List the features super fast. And my favorite part, yell at your sidekick for praising it too much. It's painfully accurate.
And look, the video isn't subtle about this point. It just comes right out and says it. In this world, money is king. It's not about creativity or having the best idea. Nope. It's about who has the most cash to throw around. The one with the money calls the shots, period.
So this all leads us to the final section, the grand finale. And this is where the parody does something really special. It breaks the fourth wall. It stops being about other people and turns the camera right back on itself. This is where the commentary gets its most direct and its most brutal.
Yeah, this is the moment the parody becomes self-aware. After spending the whole video roasting the entire scene, the conclusion is that everyone is in on it. The narrator basically says, yep, we all have to be shameless to make it. It's this wild admission that this is the game, and if you want to be at the top, you gotta play by these rules.
And boom, there it is. This is the central argument of the entire video, right here. It's suggesting that the real skill in the creator game isn't just making good content. The real talent is being able to fake it. It's the performance of friendship, of community. It's about keeping up that positive front even when you're all competing against each other. So if you look at it this way, this is kind of what the parody is saying a creator's life is actually like. You see that tiny little slice for making content? The vast majority of the time and energy goes into everything else, the whole machinery around the content, chasing the algorithm for views, locking down sponsors, and just performing the part of being a YouTuber. And then comes the final meta twist, the ultimate punchline. The real CarryMinati shows up in his own video, and his parody character forces him to do a challenge. It's just genius. It's the perfect way to say that nobody gets to escape. Even the guy making fun of the system is still trapped inside of it. He literally becomes a player in his own critique.
So in the end, CarryMinati's video is without a doubt one of the smartest and funniest parodies we've seen in a long, long time. But it's also a pretty sobering look at what it takes to be a top creator today. It really leaves you with this big, uncomfortable question. In a culture that rewards spectacle more than anything else, is being shameless just part of the job description? Is it the only real way to get to the top? I'd love to know what you think.